Hi, this is Sana Shiraz. I am an embodiment coach for dating and relationship for strong and independent women and a course leader for therapeutic dances. If you are single and you don't get the results you wish, you probably look for a reason why it doesn't work. Or maybe your friends are telling you what you do wrong and what you should do or say or don't say to a man on a date. And even people close to you, maybe your mom or your brother, pick on you and say, no, you're too picky, or you're this and this, you shouldn't do it with men, it doesn't work this way. And even in relationship, it's not only regarding dating. I know how you feel. You used to be there as well. And it's very confusing. There's a lot of information out there what you're supposed to do, don't do, what you're supposed to do with your body, and what to say and not say on a date, wear and don't wear, what to do. Yes, I went through a lot of them. I wait slowly so that this airplane is passing. Okay, you hear me well, but I had a big problem with many of these advices. I realized those or many of them are really appealing for doing something or being something who I'm not. And they appeal for play some games, not that it's for the joy of the game, but like for kind of strategic or agenda way of playing, and especially what is apparently the rules between men and women and what needs to be done exactly this way. You're supposed to act like a lady or doing it this and let a man do feel this way. Well, I had a big problem with all of them because honesty, the word I used that time, was very big value for me. And at one point, I really wanted to know the answer of this question. Do I really need to act and play and be someone I'm not in order to attract and be with a good man, or the man I'm in love to or attracted to? Do I really have to play that, or is it in any other way? So I can stay myself, and that would work as well. I read a lot and attended different seminars just looking for that question, looking for an answer for that question. And it was an amazing journey because I finally found it. And that the result, what I found, blowed my mind, because not only I realized it's possible, but also that is amazing way for not just for me as a human being and as a woman, and then of course for my relationship. And the term I use now is authenticity, which is very philosophical. There's a lot of different meaning and discussion about what is being authentic about. But I came to the conclusion that these two things are crucial for creating and building a healthy and long-lasting relationship. No matter where you are in that journey, in the dating or not dating yet, or you are already in a relationship, these two things are being authentic and being embodied, which actually also they are very close. And this is what you hear from me always and always again, this terminology. What are they about? As I pictured, the one way is many people are saying is to acting and, like to do some kind of games, acting the way you're not. The other extreme way of that sometimes is being extremely honest. That means, for example, I go to a date and I don't like the nose of the guy. I believe this too big, and I'm saying, sorry, your nose is too big, right? And this is another extreme of apparently being honest, but not really taking care of emotions of anybody, or just being tactless, out of the rhythm. So being authentic for me doesn't mean being honest, but it means what I heard is like being authentic about my own inauthenticities. And that is what is extremely amazing, attractive, and beautiful, no matter who does that, man or woman. You feel that attraction and this vulnerability. What is that about? For example, all of us are inauthentic. And what I mean by that is, for example, I lose my temper sometimes. And this is actually very similar like my 3 years old, which is getting tantrums, right? So that means in some cases I act like a 3 years old, even when I'm a 40 plus woman. So this would smell, look, the whole thing is inauthentic. Someone is acting like 3 years old, which is like an absolutely adult woman. So, and this is was habitual. It comes from my history, sometimes even heritage by the family or the culture. But in the moment I'm conscious that this is how I'm acting and not making a justification about that and say, oh, that's who I am, deal with it, or go or leave it, and calling it acceptance. It's not. So it's like being conscious about where I am inauthentic, and it's not about the matter the sake of changing it and fixing it, which we love to do it, right? I want to fix myself. It probably is not even possible. But like really playing with that and being really authentic about that's oh God, I'm here again, my 3 years old out of me jump and react this way. And I don't want to be this way. I'm sorry. Or I'm trying hard, but it's just that's the 3 years old that comes again. So this is when the people can do that and being so vulnerable and showing themselves and really showing themselves that they know and they can laugh even about themselves and embracing those parts of them. That's an amazing attractive. This is one part of this which I think is really important in a relationship, because you cannot play any game. I mean, let us be honest here. Even when you can, you know, fish that man in a date and he thinks you are some kind of way, later in a relationship, you will show yourself. So it's not really sustainable to try to, at the beginning, to act as someone else, because you want a really healthy, long-lasting relationship. The other point which I bring it up is the term embodiment. You hear a lot in my videos. I'm coming from the therapeutic dances and dancing, and you might know it a bit of it from the martial arts or from yoga, etc. For me, relationships and embodiment are two sides of the same coin. You cannot experience a relationship without embodiment, which means involving your physical body, emotional body, relational body, narratives and your stories, mind body, and if you even believe like your energy body. And an other side as well. So we are born in a relatedness and relationship before we were anybody. Like we have any cells in our mother's wombs, that we felt that touch and relatedness before we even were a human being, and getting all of this spectrum of that emotions and a heart and brain. We were born in a relationship, so our embodiment is defined by the relationships which we used to have, we have, and our caregivers, and another side is we experience relationships strongly with all of our being embodied. So this is what I really look, the lenses I really threw them in an embodied in a relationship that are very crucial for having a sustainable and healthy relationship. What that would look like practically in life is what I try more and more to bring it with an examples and practices which you can experience it. Because sometimes if you haven't experienced yet, if you haven't experienced you being ever really authentic or someone else, you might not really know the difference. Once you or someone else is extremely authentic, there is something, is I thought everybody is asleep and that particular person is awake and present, and it has an amazing domino effect around that person. So it's not only like magnetic and magnificent and really alive, but also some people around that also like feel that aliveness and then let go of the armors of themselves. So that's what is it as well. Like a relationship is not like you usually analyzing, a lot of us analyzing the man, the other person. Why is he doing that? Who is he? I want to know if he's the right man for me. And the relationship is never like personality A, personality B. It is a third dimension. It's an interaction and dance between two of you. And this is not like he acts this way just because he is this way. He acts this way as well because he's this way, and he is in this dance and interaction with you right now. So which, if you, for example, let go of armors, the other person will do as well. So that you go to resistance when he goes to resistance is absolutely dance. And it doesn't sometimes, a working dance is not a, sometimes it's not really rhythmic dance. But we can do our best to be in the rhythm ourselves so that other person can really settle and trust and open to us and maybe want to dance with us. Yeah. So you hear more from that very different approach to the relationship from me in the future. Be tuned.